Salt is one of the most important ingredients when it comes to cooking tasty food. When you add too little to any food, the flavor won't come out, and too much salt will overwhelm the dish. Additionally, salt can be used to preserve food for extended periods of time, making it more essential to have it at home. The thing is, there are some health risks associated with eating too much salt, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 reasons why you need to reduce your salt intake. Hello and welcome back to Time with Lydia, the pharmacist. If you're new here, a warm welcome to you, and to all our returning subscribers, thank you so much for the overwhelming support. Scientifically, salt is known as sodium chloride, and for the purposes of this video, I'll be using salt and sodium interchangeably. Sodium is a mineral essential for optimal muscle and nerve function, and together with the chloride, it helps your body maintain a proper water and mineral balance. Yet, despite its essential function, eating too much salt can have unpleasant effects, both in the short term and the long term. Reason number 1 why you need to reduce your salt intake is that excess salt can cause water retention in your body. When you ingest or eat a lot of salt, first you may notice that you feel more bloated or puffy than usual. This happens because your kidneys wish to maintain a specific sodium to water ratio in your body. To do this, they hold on to extra water to compensate for the extra sodium you ate. While this increased water retention is usually harmless to young people, in older people it can cause extensive swelling in some parts of the body, such as the ankles, the feet, and the legs. Fluid retention starts as painless puffiness that progresses to severe health conditions such as shortness of breath and difficulty moving your arms and your legs. The second reason why you need to reduce your salt intake is that consuming excess salt can cause an increase in your blood pressure. One of the most common problems caused by salt is high blood pressure. When you have high blood pressure, your heart has to work extra to pump blood through your body. This extra effort can lead to a variety of health problems such as heart disease, stroke, and kidney disease. All of these conditions are more common and severe in older adults. Without taking the necessary measures to keep your body healthy, most of these conditions can turn fatal. Another reason, that is the third reason why you need to reduce your salt intake, is that excessive sodium increases the risk of dementia. Dementia is a general term that is used for the deterioration of cognitive abilities such as memory and decision making. A recent study showed that people with a high salt diet had around 30% higher chances of developing dementia than those who consumed less salt. The study also found that salt intake didn't just increase the risk of dementia, but actually accelerated the onset of symptoms. The fourth reason why you need to avoid excessive salt intake is that excess salt intake can cause osteoporosis and other bone diseases. Osteoporosis is a condition in which your bones become weak and fragile. It's most common in older women, but salt intake can increase the risk in both men and women. When you consume salt, your body tries to balance the sodium levels by taking calcium from your bones, and this increased loss of calcium leads to weaker bones and higher risk of fractures. In addition to your bones breaking easily, bones with osteoporosis also heal at a slower rate. For some body parts, such as the hips and the spine, a serious fracture could easily lead to permanent health problems and reduce mobility and would require constant care and medication. The final and fifth reason why you need to avoid too much salt intake is that excessive salt intake can cause intense thirst, and this has some repercussions. Eating a salty meal can also cause you to have a dry mouth or feel very thirsty. This would encourage you to drink in a very different way. That is, when you're thirsty, you tend to drink a lot of water, and this can cause you to urinate more than usual. On the other hand, failing to consume fluids or water after eating a high sodium or salt diet may cause your body's sodium level to rise above a safe level, and this will result in a condition known as hypernatremia. Hypernatremia means high sodium levels in your blood. Hypernatremia can cause water to come out of your cells into your blood in an attempt to dilute the sodium in your blood. And if this is left untreated, the fluid shift, that is the fluid from your cells to your blood to dilute the sodium that you have eaten, can result in very serious conditions such as seizures, confusion, coma, and even death. Other symptoms of hypernatremia include restlessness, breathing and sleeping difficulties, and also there can be decreased urination. So looking at all these 5 reasons why you need to reduce your salt intake, it's essential that as much as possible we put some practices in place so as to reduce our salt intake. So I'm going to be sharing with you some tips that you can carry out to help you reduce your salt intake. You don't have to add salt to your food because around 75% of the salt we eat is in everyday food we buy, such as bread, breakfast cereal, and ready meals. Remember that whether you are eating at home, cooking, or eating out, don't add salt to your food automatically. Taste it first. Many people add salt out of habit, but it's often unnecessary and your food will taste good without it. So the first few tips would apply when you're shopping for food. When shopping for food, you can take steps to cut your salt intake. You can compare nutrition labels on food packaging when buying everyday items. You can really cut your salt intake by checking the label and choosing the ready-made meal, sauce, or breakfast cereal that is lower in salt. Go for reduced salt on smoked back bacon because cured meat and fish can be high in salt, so try to eat these less often. Buy tinned vegetables without added salt, and do the same with tinned pulses. For healthier snacks, choose fruits or vegetables such as carrots or celery sticks. If you're going to have crisps or crackers, check the labels and choose the ones with lower salt. And don't forget to check the sugar and fat content as well. Go easy on soy sauce, mustard, pickles, mayonnaise, and other table sauces, as these can all be high in salt. Now let's move on to some tips for when you're cooking. Cook with less salt. Many people add salt to food when they are cooking, but there are lots of ways to add flavor to your cooking without using any salt at all. Now, alternatives that you can use include black pepper as a seasoning instead of salt. Try it on your pasta, your scrambled egg, your pizza, your fish, and your soup. You can also add fresh herbs and spices to pasta dishes, vegetables, and meat. Try garlic, ginger, chili, and lime in your stir fries. You can make your own stock or gravy instead of using cubes or granules, or look out for reduced salt products. And this is a very good tip. Try baking or roasting vegetables such as red peppers, tomatoes, courgettes, fennel, parsnips, and squash to bring out their flavor. Make sauces using ripe tomatoes and garlic. Now let's look at some easy tips for when you're eating out. If you're eating out in a restaurant or cafe or ordering a takeaway, you can still eat less salt by making smart choices of lower salt foods. If you're ordering a pizza, for example, choose vegetable or chicken toppings instead of pepperoni, bacon, or extra cheese. I know that has got extra flavor compared to a simple one with less salt, but you're trying to cut down on your salt intake as much as possible. For pasta dishes, choose one with a tomato sauce with vegetables or chicken rather than bacon, cheese, or sausage. For burgers, avoid toppings that can be high in salt, such as bacon, cheese, and barbecue sauce, and opt for salad instead. If you're having a Chinese or Indian meal, go for plain rice. It's lower in salt than pilau or egg fried rice. For sandwiches, instead of a ham or cheddar cheese, go for fillings such as chicken, egg, mozzarella, or vegetables like avocado or roasted peppers. And try having salads and reduce fat mayonnaise instead of pickle or mustard, which are usually high in salt. When you're having breakfast in a restaurant, instead of a full English breakfast, which you can have occasionally, go for a poached egg on toast with mushrooms and grilled tomatoes. If you do have meat, have either bacon or a sausage, but not both. For salads, ask for dressings or sauces on the side, so you only have as much as you need. Some dressings and sauces can be high in salt and fat. Now let's move on to soluble vitamin supplements, painkillers, or indigestion medicines. These are preparations that you can purchase from your local pharmacy. For instance, you can get soluble paracetamol from the local pharmacy. You can also get soluble cocodamol from the local pharmacy. There's also Andrews liver salts that you can dissolve in water for indigestion. And all these contain a high amount of sodium. If you routinely take such preparations, then it's worth remembering that these can contain high levels of salt. You may want to consider changing to a non-soluble tablet, particularly if you have been advised to watch or reduce your salt intake. Make sure you talk to your doctor or your pharmacist before making any changes to your medicines. In conclusion, I would like to say that reducing salt intake will take time and effort, but it's worth it. It might take time to get used to a low salt diet. You may have to let go of your favorite food or eat a bland version, but eventually you will get used to it. If you are having trouble reducing your salt intake, talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian for help. You can actually even pop into your local community pharmacy and speak to your pharmacist. They can provide you with tips and resources to make the transition easier. Reducing salt intake is a lifelong commitment, but it's worth it for your health. So start making the change today. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you have learned something new today. Do give this video a thumbs up. That is, like the video, share with family and friends. And if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please hit on that subscribe button and also on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Also, remember to leave a comment in the comment section. I would love to read from you. Put your questions also in the comment section. If you're needing any help at all with your health, just leave a comment. Leave the topic that you want me to talk about, and I would arrange and talk about it. Thank you once again for your time today, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.